The sky was purple and screaming. The massive ball of energy that Captain Ginyu fired was not just a ball. It was a sun made of death. It was pink and black and crackling with lightning. It was so big that it covered the entire desert. The heat from it turned the sand into glass instantly. The cactus plants burst into flames. The air was sucked away. It was hard to breathe. Kakarot flew straight at it. He was small. He looked like a speck of dust against a hurricane. His right shoulder was a mess of blood and burned flesh where the spear had been. His backside was bleeding where his tail used to be. The pain was blinding. It felt like his nerves were on fire. But he pushed the pain down. He shoved it into a deep box in his mind. He focused on the giant pink ball. He had never seen an attack like this. In the demon realm, magic was sharp. It was spears and swords. This was raw, explosive power. It was sloppy, but it was strong. Kakarot reached the bottom of the ball. He didn't punch it. He didn't kick it. He stopped right in front of it. The heat burned his skin. His hair started to smoke. He held up his good hand, his left hand. He spread his fingers. He remembered Yakon. He remembered how the beast ate light. Kakarot couldn't eat energy like Yakon, but he could redirect it. He could touch the flow. He learned this from Wispy. Energy is like water, Wispy had said. Don't stop the river, turn the river. Kakarot dug his fingers into the energy ball. It felt heavy, like holding up a mountain. He gritted his teeth. He roared. He didn't push it back up. He spun his body. He used his momentum. He dragged the energy ball to the side. It was like wrestling a giant slippery snake. His muscles tore. His veins popped. But the ball moved. It shifted course. Instead of hitting the desert, it flew off at an angle. It skimmed the horizon. It flew out over the ocean. It hit the water 10 miles away. Boom! The explosion was deafening. It was brighter than the sun. A massive mushroom cloud of water and steam rose up into space. The shockwave hit Kakarot. It knocked him out of the sky. He fell like a stone. He crashed into the sand dunes. He rolled over and over. He stopped at the feet of Yamcha and Bulma. Yamcha stared. His mouth was open. He couldn't speak. He had just seen a boy, a teenager, slap a nuclear explosion away with one hand. Bulma was shaking. She looked at the crater where Kakarot lay. "Is he dead?" she whispered. The dust cleared. Kakarot was lying on his back. He was breathing hard. His chest heaved up and down. He opened his eyes. They were black, deep and wild. He sat up. He winced. He reached back and touched the stump of his tail. He hissed in pain. It felt weird. His balance was off. He felt light. He stood up slowly. He stumbled a bit. The gravity of Earth was so weak. It felt like he was walking on the moon. He had to be careful not to jump into space. He looked at Yamcha. He looked at Bulma. He sniffed the air. They smelled like fear. They smelled like salt and sweat. They did not smell like demons. "You," Kakarot said. His voice was raspy. "Where am I?" Yamcha swallowed hard. He tried to sit up, but his broken ribs screamed. You are on Earth," Yamcha said. Kakarot looked around. Earth. It was real. The sky was blue where the smoke wasn't covering it. The ground was yellow sand. It wasn't red grass. There were no whispering trees. There were no lava snakes. It was quiet. It was peaceful. Even with the war, it felt peaceful compared to the demon realm. Kakarot smiled. A small, tired smile. "I made it," he whispered. Up in the sky, Captain Ginyu was freaking out. He tapped his scouter. He looked at the numbers. "Impossible," Ginyu shouted. He floated down. He hovered 50 feet in the air. "Who did that? Who deflected my milky cannon?" Ginyu yelled. Kakarot looked up. He saw the purple alien. He sensed the power. It was strong, much stronger than the guards at the prison, but not as strong as Dabura. "Hey, purple guy," Kakarot shouted. "Come down here so I can break your face." Ginyu's eye twitched. "Purple guy, I am Captain Ginyu, leader of the Ginyu Force, the most elite fighting squad in the universe." Kakarot picked at his ear. "You talk too much. Just fight." Ginyu growled. He pressed a button on his scouter. "Ginyu Force, assemble." Immediately, 4 streaks of light appeared in the sky. Rikum, Berta, Jace, and Guldo flew in from different directions. They landed behind Ginyu. They struck their poses. Rikum, Berta, Jace, Guldo, the Ginyu Force. They shouted together. The ground shook with their landing. Kakarot looked at them. He tilted his head. "What are they doing?" he asked Yamcha. Yamcha was pale. They are posing," Yamcha said. "It is their thing." Kakarot frowned. "That is stupid. It leaves them open. In the demon realm, if you pose, you get stabbed." Ginyu pointed at Kakarot. "Men, this little monkey stopped my attack. He insulted the pose. I want him dead. Who wants the first crack?" Rikum stepped forward. "I'll do it, Captain. I'm bored. The human broke too easily. I want to see if this kid bounces." Rikum walked towards Kakarot. He was huge. He was 3 times the size of Kakarot. He had red hair and big teeth. He cracked his knuckles. "Hey kid," Rikum said. "Do you want to know my name? It's Rikum, and it rhymes with doom and gloom and..." Kakarot didn't wait for the rhyme. He vanished. He didn't use Kai to fly. He just pushed off the ground with his legs. The sand exploded where he stood. He appeared in front of Rikum instantly. He was too fast for Rikum to see. Kakarot punched Rikum in the stomach. He didn't hold back. He used his demon-tempered strength. Wham! The sound was like a cannon firing. Rikum's eyes bugged out. His armor shattered. The black chest blade cracked and fell off. Rikum bent over. He coughed up saliva. He couldn't breathe. Kakarot didn't stop. He spun around and kicked Rikum in the chin. Rikum flew up into the air. He went up 50 feet. Kakarot jumped up after him. He clasped his hands together. He hammered Rikum back down. Rikum hit the desert floor. Boom! A crater the size of a house formed. Rikum lay in the middle of it. He was twitching. His eyes were rolled back in his head. He was out cold. Silence. Complete silence. The Ginyu Force dropped their poses. Jise's mouth hung open. Berta dropped his hands. Guldo's eyes were spinning. Captain Ginyu stared at the crater. He checked his scouter. The number. "It jumped," Ginyu whispered. "It went from 5,000 to 60,000 in a second, then back down. He's hiding his power." Yamcha and Bulma were just as shocked. Yamcha had fought Rikum. He knew how strong the giant was. And this kid just swatted him like a fly. Kakarot landed softly on the edge of the crater. He dusted off his hands. "Too slow," Kakarot said. "Who is next?" Berta and Jis looked at each other. "He is fast," Berta said, "but not faster than me. I am the fastest in the universe." Jis nodded. "We will take him together, mate." The red and blue hurricane. Berta and Jis charged. They moved fast. They created a tornado of dust. Berta zigzagged. Jis flew high and fired energy blasts. "Crush a ball," Jis yelled. A red ball of energy flew at Kakarot. Kakarot simply batted it away with the back of his hand. It flew into a mountain and exploded. Berta appeared behind Kakarot. "You can't catch me," Berta yelled. He tried to kick Kakarot's head. Kakarot didn't turn around. He ducked. Berta's leg went over his head. Kakarot grabbed Berta's ankle. "Got you," Kakarot said. Berta's eyes widened. "Let go." Kakarot swung Berta around. He used Berta like a club. He swung him right into Jeese, who was diving down. Crash! The two aliens collided, their heads knocked together. They fell to the ground in a tangled heap of blue and red limbs. They groaned. Guldo was the only one left standing besides Ginyu. Guldo was shaking. He was sweating buckets. This isn't possible, Guldo squeaked. He is a monster. Guldo held his breath. Time stopped. The world froze. The birds stopped in the air. The dust hung still. Guldo ran away. He ran towards his space pod. I'm leaving. I'm quitting. I don't get paid enough for this. Guldo ran 50 yards. Then he had to breathe. He gasped. Time started again. Kakarot looked around. Where did the little green one go? He spotted Guldo running. Oh, no, you don't, Kakarot said. He picked up a rock, a small rock. He threw it. He didn't use energy, just a baseball pitch. The rock flew. It hit Guldo in the back of the head. Bonk. Guldo fell face first into the sand. He didn't get up. Kakarot turned to Ginyu. Just you and me, Captain. Ginyu was trembling. He was furious. You destroyed my team, my beautiful team. Who are you? What race are you? You look like a Saiyan, but you have no tail. Kakarot touched the stump on his lower back. I had one, Kakarot said. I cut it off. To get here, to beat you. Ginyu stepped back. You cut off your own tail. You are insane. Kakarot shrugged. I am a survivor. Are we going to dance or are we going to fight? Ginyu grit his teeth. I am Captain Ginyu. I will show you the power of the elite. Ginyu flared his power. A purple aura surrounded him. The ground shook. Kakarot got into his stance. He was tired. His shoulder was throbbing. But he was ready. Suddenly, a voice boomed from the sky. It was deep and cold. It sounded like ice cracking. Stop. Everyone looked up. A chair was floating down. A white hover chair. Sitting in it was King Cold. He held a new glass of wine. He looked bored, but his eyes were sharp. He looked at the beaten Ginyu Force members. He looked at Ginyu. Then he looked at Kakarot. So, King Cold said, this is the disturbance. A child, a Saiyan child. How nostalgic. Ginyu bowed in the air. Lord Cold, I am sorry. I was just about to finish him. King Cold waved his hand. Silence, Captain. You have failed. Your team is garbage. I will handle this. King Cold floated down. He landed 10 feet from Kakarot. He was huge. He was taller than Riku. He radiated power. It was a different kind of power. It was heavy. It felt like the gravity in the demon realm. Kakarot felt the pressure. This guy is the boss, Kakarot thought. He is the Dabura of this world. King Cold took a sip of wine. Tell me, boy, King Cold said. Who is your father? You look like a scientist I once knew. Bardock, was it? Kakarot frowned. I don't have a father, Kakarot said. My father is the demon realm. King Cold raised an eyebrow. The demon realm? Interesting. That explains your strange energy. It feels dirty. It feels corrupted. King Cold stood up from his chair. He stretched his tail. I've not had a good workout in years. Frieza usually handles the fighting. But since Frieza is not here, and my Dragon Balls are dead, I suppose I will kill you myself. King Cold vanished. He was fast, faster than Ginyu. He appeared in front of Kakarot. He didn't punch. He just flicked his tail. The tail hit Kakarot in the chest. Bang! It felt like a steel beam. Kakarot flew backwards. He crashed through a rock formation. He tumbled in the sand. He coughed up blood. Kakarot! Yamcha yelled. He tried to crawl towards him. Stay back! Kakarot shouted. He stood up. His legs were shaking. He wiped his mouth. He is strong, really strong. Kakarot flared his aura. It was purple and gold. He entered the wrath state again. His eyes turned yellow. He roared. He charged at King Cold. King Cold smiled. He caught Kakarot's punch with one hand. He didn't even spill his wine. Weak, King Cold said. He squeezed Kakarot's fist. Bones crunched. Kakarot cried out. King Cold kneed Kakarot in the stomach. Kakarot folded. King Cold grabbed Kakarot by the hair. He lifted him up. You are a disappointment, King Cold said. I expected a challenge. You are just a broken toy. King Cold threw Kakarot into the ground. He stepped on Kakarot's head. He pressed down. Kakarot's face was pushed into the sand. He couldn't breathe. The weight was immense. Is this it? Kakarot thought. I escaped Dabura just to die here, under the boot of a tyrant. He felt the sand in his mouth. He felt the vibration of the earth. Wait, the earth. It was vibrating, not from the fight, from something else, beneath the sand, deep down. Kakarot's senses, sharpened in the dark, felt it. A pulse, a life force. It wasn't human. It wasn't demon. It was ancient. The planet itself was reacting to him. His demon energy was leaking into the ground. The demon realm energy was a virus. It was infecting the soil. And the soil was fighting back. Or joining him. Kakarot's eyes snapped open. He grabbed King Cold's ankle. King Cold looked down. Still moving. You have spirit. I will give you that. Kakarot didn't speak. He channeled his Kai into the ground. Dark earth, he thought. Rise. The ground exploded. Not with fire, with spikes. Black crystal spikes shot up from the sand. They were the same crystals from the demon realm forest. Kakarot had brought the seed of the demon realm with him inside his body. His energy was terraforming the desert. The spikes stabbed at King Cold. King Cold jumped back. What is this? King Cold asked. He looked at the crystals. They were growing, spreading, turning the yellow sand into black glass. Kakarot stood up. He was surrounded by the black crystals. He touched one. It hummed. It gave him energy. He felt the demon realm feeding him. He wasn't just a Saiyan anymore. He was a conduit. I am not alone, Kakarot said. His voice sounded double, like two people speaking at once. I brought hell with me. Kakarot raised his hand. The crystals shattered and turned into dust. The dust swirled around him. It formed a tornado of black glass. King Cold frowned. This trickery, it is annoying. King Cold tossed his wine glass away. Enough games. I will blow this whole continent up. King Cold raised a finger. A purple ball of death formed. It grew bigger and bigger. Supernova. Die, monkey, King Cold said. He threw the supernova. The giant ball of fire descended. It was big enough to wipe out the country. Kakarot looked at it. He didn't dodge. He couldn't deflect this one. It was too big. He had to break it. He cupped his hands. He didn't do the demon flash. He did something new, something he felt in his blood, a memory of a move he never learned, but his body knew. Ka, the blue light appeared. Me, the purple light mixed in. Ha, the darkness of the crystals joined the flow. Me, the energy condensed. It became a black and blue sphere. Ha! Kakarot fired. The beam was massive. It was a spiral of dark and light energy. It hit the supernova. The two attacks collided. The sky turned white. The ground cracked open. The wind tore the clothes off Yamcha and Bulma. They held on to each other. The sound was gone. It was just pressure. Pure pressure. Kakarot pushed. His feet slid back. The glass sand shattered under his boots. He screamed. He poured every drop of his life force into the beam. King Cold pushed back. He was laughing. Yes, struggle. It makes your death sweeter. The supernova was winning. It was pushing the beam back. It was inches from Kakarot's face. The heat was melting the crystals. Kakarot's skin was blistering. He was losing. Suddenly, a small flash of light appeared. Zing! A disk of energy. a yellow disc. It sliced through the air. It hit King Cold's tail. Slice. The tip of King Cold's tail fell off. King Cold flinched. What? He looked down. Standing on a nearby rock was Krillin. He was beaten. He was bloody. But he was standing. He had his hand raised. Destructo Disc, Krillin yelled. It didn't kill King Cold. It barely hurt him. But it distracted him. For 1 second, King Cold stopped pushing. That was all Kakarot needed. 1 second. Kakarot felt the drop in pressure. He roared. He pushed. The dark Kamehameha surged. It pierced through the center of the supernova. It flew straight at King Cold. King Cold looked back. Osh, the beam hit him. It engulfed him. It pushed him up into space. No, King Cold screamed. The beam carried him out of the atmosphere. It pushed him into the dark void. And then it exploded. A massive black and blue firework lit up the night. The shockwave cleared the clouds for 1,000 miles. Kakarot fell to his knees. His arm dropped. His hair went back to normal. He fell face forward into the sand. He didn't move. The battle was over. The Ginyu force was beaten. King Cold was gone. The desert was silent again. Yamcha and Bulma slowly opened their eyes. They looked at the sky. It was clear. The stars were out. They looked at Kakarot. He looked so small now. Just a boy sleeping in the dirt. Bulma started to cry. But this time, it was tears of relief. He did it, she sobbed. He saved us. Krillin limped over. He fell down next to them. Who? Who is that guy? Krillin asked. Yamcha shook his head. I don't know, but I'm glad he's on our side. Deep in the sand beneath Kakarot's unconscious body, a small black crystal began to glow. It pulsed. Thump, thump. It sent a signal down into the Earth's core. The infection had started. The demon realm was not done with Kakarot, and Kakarot was not done with Earth. Episode 8 end. Next time on Saiyan of the Demon Realm. The aftermath of the battle. Kakarot wakes up in Capsule Corp, confused by the technology and the kindness of strangers. But the black crystals in the desert are spreading, turning Earth's wildlife into demonic beasts. Vegeta, having sensed the death of Frieza and Cold, heads to Earth to find the legendary Super Saiyan. The prince is coming, and he is not happy.